Welcome to the first in-person Unfun Stuff video.
Okay.
My name is Christopher Bromley.
I am the JHP.
This is John Henry. And this is Jose.
I am Jose.
He is Jose.
Unless you have like some sort of really cool online moniker.
It's Bromley.
I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about Jose. How do we not know that he's not...
I'm Neil Gaiman.
Alright, here we go.
Jose is his pen name. So today I brought together two very special people because they are quote-unquote new players. Jose is our newest player in a group. He plays Yusuke and he tries to kill you turn 2
Every time.
Sometimes turn 1.
Very aggressively and mean.
Every single time.
Sometimes turn 1.
You know, that's what he do. He likes shotgun. John Henry's not totally new. He started playing around Soul Calibur. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
But
That's
very on and off. He's been busy.
very on and off because things are hard and I got that crocodile brain. So as soon as like I'm a Pokemon player, I like to play that, you know.
Oh, well, this is going to be fun.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
today we're going to talk about infinites.
Yes.
And how to combat them when your brain don't work so good. So, what is an infinite? What constitutes an infinite? What makes something actually go infinite, and what makes something, I guess, semi-infinite? Because, like, in this game, the difference between 100 damage and 50 damage is that your opponent is still dead in either case, right?
Yeah.
So whether you're pushing a billion damage with some sort of actual infinite, it is just as effective as something that is, like, semi-infinite.
Yeah.
It's just really just doing enough damage to kill you.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like some infinites, if you just do them 3 times, they're dead at that point.
Yeah. So, and then the third one is there a third one? I think there's really
You
just two.
said 3!
I think things are best in threes.
I think the third one
the third
is
is entirely conceptual.
well, Bromley, the third one
Yeah.
is the semi-infinite, where
Yeah.
it could stop at any moment, but
Yeah.
not at any moment when
Right,
you're
yeah.
not dead
The
already.
third one isn't a guaranteed one.
All the way down to turtles.
Turtles all the way down.
all the way down.
Turtles all the way
Turtles
down.
all the way down.
Excellent.
Well, I feel like some like semi-infinite is like as long as I keep checking 5s, I can keep going.
Yeah, you can keep
Okay,
going.
so it's
Yeah.
like conditional based
Yeah.
on roll them dice,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, but if you don't check a 5, you can just tap foundation and keep going.
Now, most of the infinites that we're going to look at are that one, right?
Right.
I don't think there's actually any of the second case where you're just looping and you can make all of them for all time. Okay, so what we need is to look at these infinites
Okay.
and figure out how we're going to address them, because each one does have something you can do to either interrupt it or negate it. And you'll find that most of the time the answer is kill them before they get their combo.
Oh,
That's what I
God.
like to hear.
The answer to a lot of
Yes.
problems in UFS is that if you cannot beat them in the long game, you just you go.
If you can't beat them in the long game, beat them in the now.
Yeah, beat them in the
Listen,
just
man.
go. Sometimes you roll 6s, right?
Oh,
Man,
God.
I have 17 HP. I need to kill you now.
Yeah,
bro.
kill you now.
Okay, so let's look at a few of these. The first combo we're going to look at is the Shield de Bang loop. Shield de Bang. It's going to be
Shield
on the
de
center
Bang.
screen on John Henry's head.
Excellent.
Okay, so Shield de Bang.
Just remove the ugly parts of the frame.
So
Yeah.
so Shield de Bang reads F card pool, remove one asset is the erotic one, right? Erotic. We'll see. Play this attack. Okay, so it plays from the card pool by taking out an asset from your staging area.
Okay.
The other one is E, discard one momentum, add one asset from your discard pile to your staging area. So you can see how it fuels itself.
Yeah.
It's a 5 difficulty, 2 mid block, 6 high 6. So if you're
Can I see
playing
that card out for a
yeah,
second?
yeah, of course.
It's
It's actually a functional. It's like a power creep of one of Sophidia's cards.
Oh.
Sophidia had a card that did a similar thing for each momentum, where you would remove the attack, I think, and then play another copy of the card from your discard pile.
Well, really, the card that reminds me the most of is Black Dog's Fangs.
Yeah, Black Dog's Fangs had to be errata too. Originally, it just read what it says on the card that you see now, where it's R discard momentum, 1 momentum, after N attack resolves.
Oh, okay.
Right? So you could just play it as many times as you had momentum,
Right.
which is pretty nice. But that's what this says actually. It's as even as written now, right? It's basically play this attack as many times as you have momentum and
Unless-
assets in your discard pile.
Yeah, unless you
Right.
run out of assets.
Deeper into a game, your opponent is going to have, if they're playing Cassandra, they're going to have tons of assets to grab. You know, depending on how much momentum they have. This is effectively a multiple attack, a multiple X attack, where X equals assets in your discard pile,
Mhm.
right? They have to make a check to make every one of these, right?
Yeah.
So they have to make a 5 each time.
Except it doesn't have the disadvantage of a multiple attack, where
Right.
it can be reduced to 0.
Right.
Because it's printed 0.
Right. It also can't prepare to fight to
Mhm.
discard the multiple copies and so on and so forth. So it's an incredibly dangerous card to see. You know, if you play into somebody and they have a bunch of momentum and they have a bunch of assets in their discard pile, you're gonna be like, this is a soft loop.
Yeah.
Right. As far as it goes, you're not like the card is self-contained.
Mhm.
It's a very powerful card. It's
Yeah.
really really strong. Right.
What is it?
Ooh. Yeah.
This spicy.
It's a very very powerful
Jesus,
card on
that's
its own.
spicy.
But by itself, it's not like it's not disgusting. Right?
Yeah.
You just have to be able to deal with a bunch of high sixes and move along with your day.
And if you die,
Yeah.
you die, you know?
Yeah. There's another card like this printed in the set called Shadow Splicer.
Mhm.
It's a Inferno card,
Mhm.
and it removes a different copy of Shadow Splicer, and then you get to play it again. So there's a lot of these loops.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do I address Shielded Bang? What if you're playing into it and your opponent has a lot of assets and they have a lot of momentum?
Okay.
Well, there's a card called Shoken. Shoken's from the Street Fighter set. And this card, after you block with it or play it, it just says our card pool. After you play this card, cards cannot leave your opponent's card pool or discard pile for the rest of the combat phase. Oh, I'm wrong, because it never leaves the card pool. So you can't even hand cannon it. I'm wrong. You
No,
cannot.
no, you can. Because cards cannot leave their
Mm.
discard pile, so they cannot be added to the staging
Exactly.
area.
So here's the thing. She can still play it, right?
Mhm.
But she can't grab assets anymore.
Mhm.
Okay.
So although you can't stop her replaying it by removing an asset,
Mhm.
right? You can prevent her from getting more assets.
Okay.
Okay, at the very least.
Which basically makes her loop only as strong as how many assets she has.
Hand Cannon is a
Mhm.
card that also does a similar thing. While it's in your card pool, right, it will prevent your opponent's cards from leaving their card pool or discard pile due to their effects.
Mhm.
So it's not as powerful as Shoken. Shoken just doesn't let things leave at all.
Yeah.
Oh.
Due to costs or effects,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so Shield Bang is interrupted by things that disrupt forms,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
There's an old Ermac card.
Mhm.
Serving the Outworld. It's a 2/6 with a 3 low
There we
block.
go.
R commit after your opponent plays a form ability on a non-character card. Cancel its effects.
Ooh.
It also has an enhanced 6+ to give this attack 2 damage or -1 damage, which is
Cool.
nice. That's nice. That's a
That's
good
nice.
card. Checks a 6 as a 3 low block. That's pretty good. And then all in general as a symbol is going to be looked at pretty kindly because it has lots of asset hate where you're just like, no, commit that thing. Stop it. All right,
But-
so our next thing on the docket is my favorite character.
This is literally his like shtick.
Favorite.
Yes.
So Faye with Spirit Shotgun.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
And
Wait.
Scarlet Thunder. I've got this proxy here of Scarlet Thunder and Spirit Shotgun. This is actually not a thing that only Faye can do, but Faye does it better than anybody else because she gets to zing momentum as much as she wants.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay, so Spirit Shotgun reads, if this attack is completely blocked, it still deals half damage rounded up. So it's a not throw.
It's
Throw.
yeah.
Right? That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Do you normal
You're
throws
familiar
get-
with this card,
I
right,
am,
Jose?
I am.
Now let's read Scarlet Thunder. It says, E, discard one momentum. If your non-throw attack deals damage, add one other card from your card pool to your hand. Do you see where my brain is going here? You have
That is pretty big.
one of these Spirit Shotguns. You
Okay.
play it, it deals damage.
Yes.
That's fine. Then you play another Spirit Shotgun.
Like a
You
madman.
say it's going to deal half damage,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not a throw.
It's not a throw.
For
So
the
it's a
effects
non-throw.
spell.
Yeah.
It's a non-throw.
So it's going to deal damage.
It's going to deal damage.
And correct me. It's
You pick
in
up
your-
the other. You pick up the other
oh,
Spirit
it's gotta
Shotgun.
be another one. Oh,
Yes,
God.
you have 2 Spirit Shotguns.
Oh,
and you just,
man.
And the thing, so Faye would discard momentum.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, oh, it's a non-block. So so then you pick up the other Spirit Shotgun and you play it on a 6.
Mhm.
And then you discard momentum.
And then you.
You get the momentum.
Mhm.
You pick up this one.
Yeah.
And you do this as many times as you can check a 6.
Yep.
Which so it has one symbol with Faye,
Mhm.
so you're only getting 1 damage to it normally, right? That's kind of lame. So you have these bunch of 4 mid-8s, but 4 mid-8 is a lot of damage.
Yeah.
4 mid-8's a lot. Eventually they will run out of blocks, so you only need to check so many 6s.
Yeah. You only need to check so, man.
Yeah, there's only 76
Before you
you can
start
check.
fat
So-
stacking damage in someone.
Yeah, I think you would probably play this with along with other things, right?
Mhm.
This one is totally hit by Shoken.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
Shoken will totally just be like, no, that's going to stay inside your card pool.
I guess after you exhaust their blocks, you can start gateway shuffling.
That's true. Yeah, you could just start every day of shuffle. Yeah, that one. You can do that one. shotgun.
And
is
it
a ranged attack.
has Faye on the card, so you know
Yeah,
it's
her
on
card.
theme.
It's her card.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, from the episode Gateway Shuffle.
Okay, that makes sense.
Really?
Yeah. That's the one with
Very
Twinkle
on
Murdoch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this one where Twinkle Murdoch gets held in the This one is very easy to interrupt because Faye is the most interruptible character in the entire format. Her enhance is one enhance. So if you can cancel any part of this, you interrupt the combat. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So if you can just say you have something that says no, you can't give damage or subtract damage or give speed or subtract speed or pick up a thing.
I feel like something we didn't mention for
Yeah.
Bang and this thing
Yeah.
is that if you can seal the attack, you're pretty much good.
That's true. So here's another thing that we haven't said about this before. Anything that has something to do with them playing a second copy of the attack will work. So Spirit Detective, the Mortal Kombat promo, I think that's all the things.
Well,
Turns out.
if you can revoke the loop part, you're okay. You know.
Any sort of cancel, it's gonna do it. But Spirit Detective is really cool because it hits every one of these actual looping things. Because you play the second Spirit Shock and then you respond with Spirit Detective and you seal it. You're like, sit your ass down, stop it.
Wait right there.
Yeah, or you have the Mortal Kombat promo that responds when you play a second copy of an attack, and you're just like, yeet it, yeet it out of there. So that will work on most of these loops, which is really good. And also, revoke. Revoke exists. Anything that says no, hard no, securing his destiny. Right? I'd make this a not throw. No.
No. Here's the thing. I'm
No.
wondering.
Okay, sorry.
Big Bang says for form play this attack, right?
Yeah.
If you cancel that, can they just do it again if they have another asset?
If it's in the card pool, it never left the card pool. So yes.
Yeah. So you want to seal that. You want to seal that
I'd
one.
like to seal it.
You want to seal that one.
I mean, they can also run out of assets, right?
They could.
It's still a lot of high tech. And it's Cassandra.
It is Cassandra.
Cassandra's going to have a lot of assets.
Cassandra has an E that says if you check an asset, you just have it now.
No, it's a response. It's just straight up a response.
Yeah.
Once per turn. Just,
Well, yeah. It's a response. Oh,
let me get this green card. Hey!
Yeah.
But so anyway, any character can do this, right? As long as they have
Right.
momentum, right? You can actually do this with any attacks. It's just this is the most consistent one.
Yeah.
Consistent, right? The Scarlet Thunder is just a really disgusting
Yeah.
card. You can just loop anything.
What symbol do they
anything
share?
with it. I know that I'm holding up this gray proxy card.
Early access.
Okay, so the next one is actually an old one.
Well, all right.
Yeah, Rekka Shingeki Takeda, which I think is really fun to bring this up.
Also, probably the most fun one to say
I
so
know.
far.
Rekka Shingeki, Rekka Shingeki, Rekka Shingeki.
Shut-
So Rekka
you got
Shingeki
the
is a really
Takeda
old card, and
Okay.
Takeda's pretty old. Rekka Shingeki, if you stitch the combo onto a Shirayukan, you can just pick up a Shirayukan and then keep doing it. You can just be like, ah. So you grab Shirayukan, which stacks anything from your discard pile on top of your deck, and then you Takeda to copy the Rekka Shingeki, and then you pick up a
Sure, you can.
Shirayukan. Yeah, you just do this. You just send as many 4 high 6s or 7 high 3s until you either run out of 5s or your opponent dies. But it's interesting because that combo has been around for literally since Takeda was out,
Oh, okay.
and nobody's worried about it, right? Nobody's played it in tournaments. Nobody's like,
Is there?
oh, this is gonna end my world.
Yeah, it's literally not meta. Is there
Yeah.
something that just stops it? Is there a more efficient
Yeah,
thing?
the same things that stop all of the stuff we talked
Well, I
about.
mean, from back when it came out.
Yeah.
Something that would like prevent it
No,
from being meta.
all of the answers to it are pretty much the same thing, right? We've been talking about the same, so like revoke,
Yeah.
hard no, right?
We haven't
Showoken
mentioned revoke.
Showoken is as old as dirt. As older than not as old as dirt.
It's a high school.
It's old.
Yeah. Oh, God damn it! Jesus Christ.
Jesus
Showoken
Christ.
exists. Hand cannon exists in the same set as Takeda. So there were answers for this at the back then too. It's just as interruptible as a lot as the Scarlet Thunder.
Well,
loop.
there is one thing that's different.
What?
The Tagura brothers exist now.
That's true. That's true. Taguro Brothers is another one. All of these ones that involve an asset gets dunked by Taguro Brothers. But it hits assets. I went from being like, Taguro Brothers, it's an unfair card and it should be banned, to like, I should buy more Taguro Brothers because of all
Isn't
these...
that the same feeling?
Yeah.
We
it's because
no.
I need to... That is true. That is the exact same feeling.
But on the opposite side.
Yeah, but now I'm like, I really need Takura Brothers to deal with all these assets, my friend. Okay, so the Rekka Takeda loop is interesting to bring up because it's an older one that did a very similar thing to the Shield Big Bang loop and the Scarlet Thunder Spirit Chakra loop. But it wasn't a problem. And so it's good to note this, right?
Yes.
That infinite 4 high 6s existed and nobody was like... People were like, yeah.
I feel like the difference is that the new infinites are way more consistent.
Yes, yeah. They don't require a specific character with a specific two check UR from an older set, and also 2 specific cards, right? That one's a little bit, you can only do it with Takeda. Actually, it's not limited to any character. You just have assets and momentum, and you're going to be able to do it. So yeah, that's definitely a appreciation point. It's an easier loop. Even the Scarlet Thunder and anything loop is the same sort of thing. So the next one we've got is an actual infinite, like infinite. I like it with Quan Chi because I think anything with Quan Chi is more fun. But you can do it with any evil character. So you need the original loop, or the original thing was courtesy of Thomas Gordon, which so you take
Shut up.
you take Mimic and you remove it from the game.
Via.
Yeah, you just get rid of it with Explosive Acrobatics, or Let's Party. You Let's Party, and you go through your deck, and you'd be like, I found this Mimic. I will remove it from the game, because it specifically says you go through your deck, find a card, and then remove a card, right?
Yeah.
So you remove Mimic from the game. Here's Mimic. I'm removing it.
Anyway, did you care?
And then you at some other point you combo or you play an attack. So in this case, I've got Quick Taste, and then you play Technical Sphere, and then Technical Sphere can copy any card in your remove from game pile. So it copies Mimic, and then Mimic copies any card in your card pool. You copy Technical Sphere,
Okay.
and then you Technical Sphere and you copy Mimic, and then you Mimic and you copy Technical Sphere, and then you Technical Sphere and you copy Mimic, and you do this ad infinitum until it has 4 billion keywords, and then you remove Donovan from the game, and then you give it +1 damage for each of its keywords.
Yep.
Now you're not done, so you will have at some point copy a throw in either your card pool or remove from game pile, and then now it's an infinite damage throw, and you're just like, hey.
So
Here it is.
I think the hilarious part is that the only reason this works is that instead of becoming the card, it just gains everything on it.
It gains. The really funny thing is that you're just gaining the same 4 keywords.
Yeah.
You're gaining combo attack, charge, range, and tech 4 billion times. If this game were like, if it made sense,
Oh my god, you're right.
Yeah.
This is literal rules
Holy.
lawyering.
Yeah.
This is literal
Yeah.
rules
So
lawyering.
you probably shouldn't be able to copy the same 4 keywords over and over again.
Oh
You should
my
keep it
god.
simple. So okay, so that should probably be fixed, right? But now we have a better way
Can
to
we
do this.
can we explain that to the audience for a second in case
Yeah.
there's some people that are slow and are not? I don't
Yeah.
mean like literally slow, but you don't
He is.
understand how keywords work in this game. So talking about what was I asking you about with Breaker? Was it Breaker or Stun? That I had a thing and it was like, oh, my character gives it Stun 2, but the card I was playing already had Stun on it, like Stun 1.
So it gets another instance of stun.
Yeah, what it means is that the keyword doesn't modify the value or anything like that. It's that there is Stun 1, and then it gains a separate keyword that is Stun 2. So it has 2 keywords that are both Stun, but they're separate. So if you were to copy Infinite Stun 2, it wouldn't become Stun 2, Stun 4, Stun 6. It would be Stun 2, Stun 2, Stun 2, Stun 2, Stun 2. And the same thing applies with those standalone keywords like range. So it would be ranged, range.
And even after that.
That's...
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah. So,
This is way more memey than I thought it was.
Wow.
So Thomas Gordon played this in Atlanta earlier this year at a PTC, and then he didn't top because he kept talking too much, which is very Thomas Gordon. Good job, Thomas.
So he just kept going, look how cool this is, man.
Yeah. Well, he was on stream, and I'm sure that Thomas Gordon gets extra Thomas Gordon on stream.
He very anime villained out of his victory.
So
If I just talk more.
So now we can do better than that, though, right? Tira's
what?
as breakfast with Tira. Breakfast at Tira's. It's like it has an insane enhance on it where it's like commit, yeet this attack from your opponent's card pool. Only playable if they have 1 momentum. Haha, you're Tira.
That's what
that's pretty rude. But it has a response on
Sounds
it
like Tira.
where you lose 1 vitality. After you play a combo ability, your attack gains 2 speed. If you are Desperation, draw one card.
Mhm.
Okay? So remember what Mimic has on it? It says combo attack.
Yes.
Combo attack.
Okay.
Combo attack. So every time you Technical Sphere and copy Mimic, nothing happens.
Okay.
But every time you Mimic enhance to copy Technical Sphere, you respond Ice and Drossel,
Mhm.
lose 1 Vitality, and give it 2 speed. So, Ice and Drossel, it's a really cool card. It's also really stupid.
Mm.
It's a 1/5
Mhm.
with a 0 low block and breaker 1.
Yep, that's fair.
Pretty
That's
good.
fair.
So they're like, hey man, you should run 4 of this card
Yeah.
and not feel bad about it at all
No.
because it has a 0 low block and breaker
Yeah.
1.
Just
So
stop that from
so
happening.
here's the deal, right? So what we're doing, and remember we were mimicking Technical Sphere,
Yeah.
and then we were mimicking Technical Sphere and Technical Spearing Mimic. Each time you mimic Technical Sphere,
Mhm.
you're combo enhancing.
Yeah.
So you're playing a combo ability, which
Okay.
means you can respond Ice and Drossel and give it 2 speed every time you combo enhance.
Mhm.
So you can give it infinite speed,
Yep.
right? So the problem is you're losing 1 vitality. So what you do,
Yeah.
what you do is you need to combo anyway to make this happen. So in your card pool, you will put this lovely Melina card called Quick Taste. And Quick Taste is a Fury throw, so it's nice at the end of the chain. You can have one of these in your RFG, and you can, or rather, you can just mimic it and
Mhm.
give your attack throw. So that's nice. Just make your infinite speed, infinite damage throw. It says our card pool after you lose vitality as part of a cost.
After you're loose.
After you lose vitality as part of a cost.
I'm just letting you know I'm listening.
Sorry.
Being an active listener.
After you lose vitality as part of a cost, gain 1 vitality.
Oh my god.
So what we do is we have Mimic in our remove game pile. We play Quick Taste. We play Technical Sphere. We copy Mimic. We Mimic to copy Technical Sphere. Respond Ice and Drossel to lose 1 vitality, give it 2 speed, and possibly draw 1 card. We can draw our entire deck if we want to. Okay. Respond Quick Taste.
Yeah.
Gain 1 vitality, and then you're like, you're enhanced. All right, you're done with your enhances. I'm gonna do this forever. I will do this until it has 4 billion speed, okay? And then they're like, okay, well, I'm holding a Cool and Focused, and you're like, that's fine, dude, that's fine, okay. So I'll remove this Zasalamel from my discard pile, and I will give it the difference between its printed speed and its current speed as damage. So now it has 4 billion and 5 speed, right? And now it has 4 billion and 5 damage, right?
Mhm.
And then you're like, oh, I have Confronting Jetta too. Let's just give it 4 billion more damage. So it's a 4 billion and 4 million speed for 8 billion and 5 damage, right? And then they're like, well, I don't care. I have Cool and Focused. And you're like, oh, well, just for good measure, I'll copy that throw in my card pool. Fuck you.
What if I use Cool and Focus then I'm Kuwabara?
So if you're Kuwabara in this situation, you just sit there and you go, I want you to actually enhance. I want you to do this for 50 minutes, and then I'm going to respond and take 5.
Yeah.
Hey, you're a Michi. Coming out of
Okay, so
again.
we find an answer to the infinite. Just play Kuwabara.
Yeah. Well, so there are things that reset the damage, right? Actually don't work unless they do it like Kuwabara does at the damage step, right?
Yeah.
Because if you reset it with like refusing to let go, you're like, oh well, it's 5 billion damage. Then they're like, oh cool, I'll just keep doing it again, and I'll do it
Oh,
again.
God.
Yeah. You know.
Christ.
Or if they reset the speed, the same thing. Like you're
It's like a Grey
it's-
Goo apocalypse. You can't stop it once it gets going.
It's pretty rude.
Jesus.
Well, if you time it properly, if you're holding or refusing to let go,
Mhm.
or something that resets the damage, and you do it after they've exhausted all their things to change the speed into damage,
Mhm.
then you're a champion and you did it properly, right? So that is an answer, right?
Okay.
Uh,
The answer is having the person who's doing it fuck up.
yeah, maybe. Or revoking. If you revoke any of these enhances, if you revoke Technical Spheres, Copying Mimic, that's it. You don't get the loop anymore.
Or Spirit Detective.
So if you do anything to say no to this enhance or this enhance,
Mhm.
they don't get to do it anymore. So it's vulnerable to.
You alright?
a certain extent.
Did you burp? You burping? Burping?
I'm okay.
You
Okay,
got
if
gassy
you-
in your belly?
If you interrupt any of this, right, any of these enhances, then you're golden because they
Mhm.
can't go infinite anymore. But it is super funny. And all it requires is that they have Mimic out of the RFG. And actually, any evil character can do this that can remove a card from their deck. Quan Chi is just the most fun because you get to Zasalamel.
The first card that you were talking about, the Let's Party, that's a Raptor card, right?
No,
No.
it's a
Who is it?
it's Mad Pierrot from
Cowboy
Bebop.
Bebop. Now that you would
Yeah.
know.
He's the you got to watch the show, man.
I know, I really do.
Yeah. Well, Let's Party is a 1-check 5 diff, 6 low 6. It's got 1 enhance. You
Mhm.
discard the top 4 cards of your deck, and you go searching through your deck for 1 card
Yeah.
and add it to your hand.
Yeah.
So it's as far as I know, there's only 2 things that let you search your deck for cards. Well, 3. So you have Gauge,
Mm-hmm.
right? Gauge lets you go for a character. Then there's Makai Whistle from the Yu Yu Hakusho set that lets you go through your deck and grab a character and put it in your discard pile. And then Let's Party lets you grab any card and put it in your hand.
To be fair, there is one more card that does that, but it's
Jeez, that's so
impossible to
fucking-
resolve.
What?
Koenma's Task.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there is a 4th one. You're right.
Yeah.
Koenma's Task can do it.
How is it
Raptor can
impossible
do
to
it.
resolve? What does that mean?
You need 1 Koenma's Task in the discard, 1 removed from game, and then play it.
And then also play it as an extra
What?
one. So, okay, so here's... You can do this combo, the Ice Aaron Drossel Technical Sphere Mimic loop with anybody. This isn't a loop, it's just an infinite. It's a literal infinite damage
Literally
combo.
infinite.
Infinite damage and speed,
Legit
right?
forever.
You can do it with anybody, as long as you're playing the evil symbol. But Quan Chi, I think, does it the best because he's just by existing, he kind of has the most control, right?
Mhm.
Since you have so many characters you can remove to try to live on your opponent's turns while you're assembling the Exodia.
What characters could you play to facilitate the combo?
What characters could you play?
Tira can do it. Oh, you mean in Quan Chi?
Yeah, in Quan Chi.
Zasalamel is the immediate one, right? Because Zasalamel can change the speed into damage.
Which means you don't need Jedi anymore. Confronting, I mean.
Oh yeah, you don't need Confronting Jedi if you have Zasalamel. Any other character would need Confronting Jedi in order to do that. But I mean, just basic Quan Chi stuff, like Kitana discards an opponent's attack in their card pool.
Mhm.
It's a very good defensive ability. There's stuff like Napalm Man to pick up pieces of your combo. If you can control the cards in your discard pile, Voldo can do the same sort of thing. But I think you would want to keep a very thin deck so that you can see the combo better. You need to see Ice Aaron Drossel, so you need to run 4 copies of that, and that's fine because there's a 0 low block and breaker 1, and checks a 5, and it's 1 diff. So
It's 1 diff.
it's a 1 difficulty, yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Hey, bro. But you need to play 4 copies of that. You need to play 4 copies of Confronting Jeddah, 4 copies of Zasalam on your deck, and then 4 of all the parts of the combo. So that's like 24 cards. So fill out the rest with things that facilitate it. You want to have Good and Evil in it, so that you can respond to Revoke, because Revoke is the hardest no-2 you have that you have. Responses that cancel abilities, right? You might want to run Fatality for fast momentum or something like that. But yeah, the answer to it again is just saying no to the attack, or having something like, at a certain point you could just be the good symbol, right? And have Kieran's Soul to say that if you block it, it deals no damage, and then block with a cooldown focused, right? That works.
But again, they need to have those 2.
Yeah, you need to have 2 pieces, right? That's defensively, right? So, but there are answers to it, even
Right.
if it is a trillion speed for a trillion, right? There are things you can do to combat it. If you have Kuwabara in your sideboard, you never die to this, really. You just don't die.
Yeah, or even funnier, Wolf or Owl Shield, Omega Sword and Elk Shield.
Elk Shield, yeah.
Just
Elk Shield.
1.
Yeah, but you would have to reset the speed.
Yeah, you would
before
have to
it.
reset
Yeah,
the
you have to
speed.
reset the speed. And remember that if you reset the speed, they're just going to be like,
I'm gonna do it again.
you're just going to make more.
The best answers are just things to cancel the common chart, like Revoke, Spirit Detective. I guess you could.
It's not a weapon, so you can use Dark Side of Karma.
Mm.
Dark Side of Karma cancels it. Securing His Destiny, I think is very slept on. It's an old Sagat card. It's just like a 2/4 with no block, but it cancels any ability on an attack card.
On Takeda, if you check Uniting the Cosmos,
Yes, it's true.
that will just work instantly.
Just put 4 United the Cosmos in every deck, just in case you play into this stuff.
Because you need to check a 5 billion. Checks Uniting the Cosmos.
Oh,
I
I did it!
It worked.
I checked the 5 billion. I did it.
I did it.
I'm so great at this game.
And it deals no damage.
So the next one we're going to talk about is As Well.
Well.
As well, you may as well. So
Yeah.
so this is a fun infinite, I think. You can do this with
Implying infinity isn't fun.
well, it's a loop.
Yeah.
You have to have Scarlet Thunder for this one too.
Causality is my favorite.
So this one is a really unreliable one, but I think it's a lot of fun.
That's why it's fun.
It's fun, yeah. So As Well is a mill character, and this is a mill combo. So you've got you only need 1
So
fatality
you're a jerk.
and
We have
2
entered-
copies of Mayfa's Assault.
We have entered the Jank Zone.
Okay.
We have entered.
We have
the
definitely
jank
entered the
zone.
jank zone. So in this one, you can be Aswell, and Aswell gets to mill 3 cards from your opponents to the top of their deck between every attack. So what you do is you play. So you have to have Aswell, and you have to have Scarlet Thunder in your staging area.
Okay.
Okay. So you play Fatality, and you remove some cards from their discard pile as a response, and then you Aswell and have them remove 3 cards. Right.
Okay.
All right. So this goes to your momentum. Kapling.
Kaboom.
You play Mavis Assault.
Okay.
Okay. Mavis Assault is there. You enhance with Scarlet Thunder and say if this deals damage, you get to pick up another card in your card pool, right? Now, you're not doing this because you need this to deal damage yet. You're doing this because you want to discard Fatality so that you can pick it up with Mavis Assault and add it to your hand. Because Mavis Assault picks up the top card of your deck.
Ah, yeah.
So you discard the momentum to pick up Fatality.
Okay.
Then you play Fatality. You Aswell enhance again to mill them.
Yeah.
It goes to your momentum. Then you play the other copy of Mavis Assault, and that's when Scarlet Thunder becomes relevant, because hopefully you've exhausted their low attacks or the low blocks, or they're just This definitely folds to somebody who's intelligent and has a low block.
Yeah. Somebody who's intelligent and has a blow block. So you mean not me?
Well.
I'm not going to say
your
no.
words. So at this point, you discard momentum with Scarlet Thunder. You pick up the Fatality with the Mavis Assault. It deals damage. So you pick up the other Mavis Assault. You play Fatality. You remove their stuff, and this whole time you're milling them with Aswell.
With Aswell.
Yeah. So it's a 5 diff. No, Aswell. It's a 5 difficulty loop. That you're weaving fatalities in between and just picking them up with Mavis Assault.
And literally every time you hit the loop, you're like, oh, I can do this again? I may as well. And then the other person just quits. Like, you don't even have to do the loop. You beat them.
You've set a pun
You
so
won
bad
the
they don't
war.
want to live anymore.
So how do you answer this combo as a player? Well, you hold the low block.
Yeah. I feel like you should have started with this
You
one.
hold one low block, and you just kaput it. I mean, Aswell still gets to play 3 fatalities if he has Fatality and 2 Maphas. So that's pretty good. Pretty good.
I mean, you either hold the low block or reduce the damage to 0.
Yeah, because it has to deal damage. That's
So,
true.
Woodman's Leaf Shield confirmed Infinity Ender.
No.
What do you mean, no?
The next one is from Rob. His online tag is OMB. He made this really, really convoluted loop.
So you're in love with it.
It has more than 10 steps. It's wonderful.
Good.
All right, so here.
Yes, the Rube Goldberg machine of death.
So Rob is
He's all feeling like Rube Goldberg.
if you've seen any of Rockford CCG's videos, he does a lot of the Guile treatment videos with Chris Smith. And he's a prankster. Prankster. Anyway, so here we go. Step 1: be Remless 1 dot.
Be Remless. Is this written as a green text?
It's steps. It's got steps. Be Remless 1 dot against a 6 or 7 hander. So this dies if they're a 5 or 4 hander. Okay. Have Remless 2 in hand or stacked. That's step 2. Step 3 is play any high/tech fire attack. Step 4: play Tech Sphere on a 6. Okay. Then step 5: copy an RFG'd consumption. Okay. So you copy consumption. Here's consumption for your digesting. Okay. Step 6: use consumption enhance and play Remilus enhances to burn them for 2 and loop a Remilus back to hand in play for 2 speed and 2 damage. Okay.
I was wondering why you had to be specifically against the 6 or 7.
He must be.
Wait, well, why do you have to be against a 6 hander?
Well, because Remilus is a 5-hander and consumption says.
Oh.
Well, read it.
If your printed hand size is less than your opponent's, you may play the enhance ability printed on this card up to 3 times its enhanced step.
Yeah.
I like how it says printed hand size. That's
Well,
future-proofing.
Here's the thing. It doesn't say any enhances. It's just the abilities on this card. Yeah, on this card. So
Yeah.
it's anything. Oh, is it printed though?
Printed hand size.
Printed on this card. Oh, this card.
Mhm.
That's fun.
Yep.
So
You see the
so
problem?
You get to do Tech Sphere 3 times. This is the fun part. Okay, so you copy an RFG consumption. You've done that, right? Then you use the consumption. You've done that. Step 7: copy an RFG Crimson Barrage. I don't have that card on me, but it's just combo enhance. Your next check is a 6. Okay.
Oh, okay. It
All
just
right.
is.
Yeah, it just is. Then step 8: copy an RFG Getaway Fire.
Okay.
Getaway Fire is combo enhance. Add 1 tech attack from your card pool to your hand. Then remove this attack from the game after it resolves.
I apologize. Hold on.
You're good.
Don't dab on them. He did.
We're good.
He dabbed on them.
We're good. I said I'm sorry.
Are you? Are you now?
So you copy Getaway Fire Enhance, right? And then you Then you step 9 play Crimson Barrage's combo to make your next check a 6.
Mm-hmm.
Then step 10 play Getaway Fire's combo to return Technical Sphere to your hand, aborting the attack so it doesn't remove because it never resolves. And then step 11 is go back to step 4 and play Tech Sphere on a 6.
So then copy Consumption.
Yeah, the copy.
So then do it 3 times again.
Yeah, so you're just looping Technical Sphere, copying Consumption, Getaway Fire, and Crimson Barrage, and then burning them for 2, making your next check a 6 because you need to check a 6, and then bringing it back to your hand. So you're just burning them for 2 until they die. It's like a. It's really funny. It's really hard to get all the things up because you got to be a 5-hander assembling this combo. Also, the things have to be in. You have to have 3 things in your remove from game pile. So that's 3 explosive acrobatics or anything that removes things from your discard pile, right? 3 things. And it also assumes that your opponent is not a 5-hander or less. So if you play into a 5 or 4-hander, you're just like, I have to kill you the old-fashioned way.
To be fair,
Yes.
in the meta we're seeing right now, we have Cassandra, we have Yusuke.
Previewing the meta
Of course,
with
there's
Cassandra.
always going to be more than 5-handers.
Yeah.
But, at Worlds, at Nationals, there were tons of 5-handers. I'm just saying, it is funny that the counter to this combo is just
It's play a different character.
5-hander. Oh, right. It is as interruptible. This is the fun thing is that it's an actual infinite. Right?
Yeah.
It's one of the other actual infinites in the game.
True infinite.
True.
It's like true
infinite.
noble gases.
Yes, actual infinite. And I think it's fair because it takes so many goddamn steps. Like if you get the combo,
You gotta lose several rounds of the lottery.
you earned it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's like I got the full combo, but I'm 2-dot this guy. I'm not 1-dot this guy, so I can't do it.
Yes, you gotta have the 2-dot. You gotta have Crimson Barrage, Getaway Fire, and Consumption RFG, and then you play Technical Sphere after some other attack. So that's. I can't, man.
I thought you were just getting really excited, heavy breathing, like these numbers.
What do they mean, Mason?
The next one is a not real infinite, but it's so big that it may as well be.
Be infinite.
Yeah, it may
When
as
we
well
get
be.
this high, the
So-
numbers are just made up.
Cassandra can play Spiritual Shooting Ring off of life.
Mhm.
Spiritual Shooting Ring. Enhance, commit, flip. Your opponent adds the top card of their discard pile to their card pool. Who cares? Enhance, remove. Here's the juicy bit. Double this ranged attack's damage. Yep.
Sorry, say that once more.
Double this ranged attack's damage.
Yep.
You know what's a ranged attack? Spirit Shotgun. Spirit Shotgun is ranged.
So imagine you make it 50, and they were like, 100. It's like, oh.
Right, so now realistically, you're not going to get Spirit Shotgun to 50 on your own.
Not
Yeah,
in life,
you
you
could-
could.
Well, hang on. So here's the thing.
You gotta
'Cause-
enlist the judge.
So the problem with this card normally is that you have to like play a bunch of copies of it, and then you have to build it and hope that your opponent doesn't like dumpster it or like have some sort of cancel, right? But Cassandra can just play a normal game, right? And then just passively play copies of Spiritual Shooting Ring and Mushroom Experimentation, and she could just be like, oh hey, a shooting ring, and just grab it, right? And then on a later turn she built it, right? And you can also check a Mushroom Experimentation and be like, oh, I get this Mushroom Experimentation, which copies any card in your staging area, not your character, and just be like, I have 2 Spiritual Shooting Rings. That's nice. And then you're just like, oh, I have a hand of 6 Foundations and a Spirit Shotgun. I'll just play it all out. And then give your Spirit Shotgun like 24 damage, and then double it to 48, and then double it to, to dead.
The dead.
You get it
Enough
to
to kill you.
Yeah, to enough to kill you.
I
So-
hope you have Kirin Soul, my friend, because
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. They have it. So again, that's another one that you can just cancel the not throw enhance and block it, or make it so it does no damage or something like that. But you don't need to play your entire hand.
Yeah.
This is something you could just play in a Cassandra deck, and a good deck that's just going to have the life symbol, probably playing hand cannon and insect puppeteers and all that jazz to combat this stuff. But it's fun. It is fun to just be like, hey, I've got this.
got this thing. It's
Got
not
this
even
thing.
what I'm here for.
I mean,
96 damage
Yeah.
spirit shotgun.
it's like I didn't get Big Bang, so I can't loop you to death, but I can shotgun you. For
Right,
80.
right. Everybody else took my big bang.
So I'm gonna have to shotgun you for 80, my friend.
All I've got is my stuff from Yu Yu Hakusho and the PTZs tomorrow.
And the proms yesterday.
That's what you do. Do that. Yeah. All right. So these are the cards. These
Once
are some-
again, edited probably about yay here.
Yeah. Oh. These. Well, I thought I meant like these are the combos.
These are the combos right here.
Why can't
Bromley.
you hold all those cards?
Oh, man.
Bromley, put Friends Unravels on my face. Thank you.
No, put familiar faces on his face.
What?
Instead of that, I'm just gonna put Jose's face on all of our faces.
Bromley, put one
Do
with
some
nature on
deep
screen.
fakes. Deep fakes.
Bromley, I need one with nature on screen right now.
It's so wonderful.
One with nature is the woodman with the bat, right?
No, yeah, he's at peace. With
Chilling
the
on a
world.
hill.
Yeah, he's chilling on the hill, but there's like a bat.
He is at peace with the world.
I know
But
that's
it's an
that.
artificial world,
I only
and
know-
that says something about humanity. It's a reference to Metropolis. You see,
No. It symbolizes intolerance.
no, your face symbolizes intolerance.
Shut up.
Got him.
All right. So those were infinites and
Except
not
for that last one, which was definitely finite, but it was a big number. So
the difference between 4 billion damage and 98 damage is dead. Still dead. We established this.
I want to make a joke.